We are going to focus on one specifically, which is Sunday afternoon's matchup between the Dolphins and the Steelers in Steel City. The temperature is going to be below freezing. There's going to be revenge on the mind of the Steelers. A lot going on in that matchup. So, to help us all break it down, Ray Fittipaldo, the Steelers reporter from the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, joins us right now. Ray, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. How you doing?
Good morning. Good to be with you this morning.
All right, Ray, let's break this down. Steelers are coming into the playoffs on that 7-game winning streak. What do you expect to see from this matchup?
Well, the theme in the locker room early this week is it's one thing that the Steelers want to do in this game is they want to be physical and certainly more physical with Jay Ajayi than they were in that midseason loss in Miami where they lost 30-15 and Ajayi ran for 204 yards. So a lot has changed for the Steelers since then. They have a new starting strong safety, 2 new starting outside linebackers, and, of course, Ryan Shazier, their very good inside linebacker, is healthy for this game. He missed that game. So they did have a lot of missing pieces in that game, but they certainly are not taking Ajayi lightly. He embarrassed them in October, and they are going to be looking to be more physical with that offensive line in Miami, and they're going to be looking to stop Jay Ajayi in that running game.
Ray, how much did that game and the 30-15 loss impact those changes in the secondary on defense, like you mentioned?
Yeah, I mean, not so much the secondary, although Sean Davis, the rookie second-round pick, they sort of inserted him after the bye. He was playing a lot of slot corner early in the season because they had some injuries, and he's really made a difference in that back end, both as a playmaker and in run support. But really, if you look at it, Bud Dupree had a sports hernia. He did not play the first 8 games of the season. He's been really good since he came back, 4.5 sacks in 8 games. All of those 4.5 sacks came in December or January. So he's really good on the left side. And then they've gone back to James Harrison, a 38-year-old veteran, instead of Jarvis Jones at outside linebacker. And he's a really big deal to seal the edge on that running game. He played in that first game, but Jarvis Jones started. And I think you're going to see James Harrison's impact on this game. Ryan Shazier's impact on this game is going to be much more than what you would see in the back end. I mean, Shazier is one of the top playmaking inside linebackers in the NFL, and I think more than anything, he's going to have a big impact on this game in terms of stopping Ajayi.
And then that was the game. Also, Ben was the knee injury, right? He was banged up there with the knee in that same game. Was it that same game?
Absolutely, yeah. He got hurt late in the second quarter in that game, but make no mistake about it, he had an off game even before he was injured. He just didn't look right in that game. He's had problems on the road all season, so that was not one of his better performances. And then when you come back after halftime and you're playing on a torn meniscus or slightly torn meniscus, you need to have surgery after that game. That game ended up as you would think it would. So Ben is much healthier this time, and I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that this will be the first time since Le'Veon Bell came into the league in 2013 that Bell, Antonio Brown, and Ben Roethlisberger are playing in a playoff game. They just have had all sorts of bad luck with injuries the last couple of seasons, and that's going to be a really big deal for this offense as they try to beat the Dolphins on Sunday.